What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to JohnnyKpicks. And in this video, I'm gonna go over all the bets that I have so far for UFC Vegas 51, Luque versus Muhammad 2. As always, please hit that like button, make friends with that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on any of my new videos or live streams. So UFC 273 was last weekend, and my bets didn't really go the way I wanted to, and that's mainly due to Torres and Jan losing. But like I said in my last video, I'm okay with Jan losing. I'm not saying it was a robbery. It was really close, but I just saw it the other way. But Torres, on the other hand, the more and more I think about that, man, I just want to say it was a robbery. But, I mean, I still had Torres winning that first round, like clear cut. So I don't know what's going on with the judges. It looks like they're getting back to their old ways. But it is what it is, and all you can do is move on to the next fight card. But I ended up hitting 4 out of 9 of my bets, and I ended up getting a little bit of a profit. So actually, it wasn't a losing night. But alright, so let's get to my bets so far for UFC Vegas 51. The first bet I have is a 2-fighter parlay. I bet 1.25 units on Boudet and Sabatini to win, and I got that at minus 106. So with Boudet, and it's kind of weird to say this about heavyweights, but he's going to be the bigger fighter in this matchup. And he's definitely going to have a big advantage in the grappling and wrestling department. Make no mistake about it, Barnett's a good guy to root for, but he does not want to grapple one bit. He just wants to stand in front of you and stand and bang. So if Boudet can push him up against the fence and kind of wear on him a little bit, or even get him down to the ground, I think Boudet's going to get that knockout fairly easily. And with Sabatini, he's going to be the better grappler. And I do think eventually he's going to be able to get this fight to the mat. And once that happens, I can see him wrapping up some kind of submission real quick too, so I like his chances as well. The next bet I have is an underdog bet. I bet 1 unit on Levitt to win, and I got that at plus 110. So with Levitt, I do think he has the better grappling, and I know he doesn't have the best takedown defense or takedown accuracy, but I do think this fight's going to get to the mat somehow. And Ogden's a pretty good fighter himself, and he has good grappling, but he does have a couple red flags for me, which is he's going to be making his UFC debut, and he has been submitted 3 times in his career, and they all have come in the first round. So for me, I just think this is a good matchup for Levitt, and I just think he's going to wrap up some kind of crazy triangle or anaconda choke. The third bet I have is another underdog bet. I bet 1 unit on Barallo to win, and I got that at plus 120. So this is going to be a really good fight, and it probably will end up being a close one as well. But the more and more I think about it, the more and more I like Barallo's chances. He's going to have the massive 8-inch reach advantage against Gadzi, even though Gadzi can wrestle and he's a pretty good grappler, but Barallo himself is a good grappler as well. And if this fight does get to the mat, I don't think he's going to get submitted or anything like that, and he's definitely going to have the advantage on the feet. So if Barallo can stuff the takedowns and keep the fight standing, I think he should be able to win this by decision. So the next bet I have was supposed to be a 2-fighter parlay, but Zaleski ended up withdrawing, so now it's going to be a straight bet. I have 1 unit on Kianzad to win, and that's at minus 300. So with Kianzad, she's one of my most confident picks of the night. She's going to be the way better striker. She throws way more volume, and she's really good in the clinch. And Landsberg has a few red flags for me. She's very low volume. She's 40 years old, and she hasn't fought in about 2 years. So with all that being said, I think Landsberg's going to have a tough time here, and Kianzad should win this fight pretty easily to a comfortable decision. The next bet I have is a 2-fighter parlay. I bet 1.25 units on Bueno Silva and Alateng to win, and I got that at minus 102. So for this parlay, I'll probably be sweating a little bit on this, but I do like Bueno Silva get the win here against Wu. She's going to be the better striker, and if this fight does get to the mat, more than likely Bueno Silva will be on her back, and she has a really good armbar submission. But for me, if she can keep this fight standing and push forward and throw a little bit more volume than she's used to, she should be able to get a decision win here. And with Alateng, I know he's going to be the smaller fighter here, but Kroom is dropping down to the bantamweight division. He's normally a featherweight, and he's already a big featherweight, so this might be a rough cut for Kroom. And if that's the case, he's probably going to gas really hard after the first round. But if Alateng can keep the fight standing and mix in some takedowns, I think he can be able to get the decision win here. And the last bet I have is another 2-fighter parlay. I bet 1 unit on Luque and Baeza to win, and I got that at plus 150. So I'm definitely a Bilal guy, but I'll be real here. It's going to be a tough task for him against Luque, because Luque can crack, and he has really good submissions. And at some point during this fight, I do think Luque is going to get the finish, whether it's a club and sub or even just a straight up knockout. But I will say though, if Bilal can play it safe, use his wrestling effectively, he might be able to make this go to decision, and it'll be a close decision. And with Baeza, I know some people are picking Fialho to win this one, and I totally get it because he's a tough guy. But I just think Baeza is just a more well-rounded fighter. If this fight does go to the mat, he's a really good grappler, he has really good striking, and he uses his kicks pretty good. And for me, that's the key to victory for him. If he can slow down Fialho and use those leg kicks early, I think that's going to pay dividends throughout the whole fight, and he should end up getting a win here. Alright guys, so those are my bets so far for UFC Vegas 51. Be sure to check back on this video in the comment section on Twitter or on Instagram for any added bets. Good luck to everybody who's betting this weekend, and until next time, happy fight night.